Along Logan Boulevard and Lawndale Avenue, Chicago bungalows, two flats, and gray stones are examples of the city's architectural styles. On the other hand, skyscrapers and religious structures, including Polish cathedrals, may be found throughout the loop. In short, the world's greatest and most varied collections of skyscrapers may be found in Chicago. Although these buildings are of a very high caliber, their foundations reveal a different reality. In truth, there are a few abandoned buildings in Chicago, including the Chicago Spire. Welcome back to the Luxe Luxury channel, where we provide luxurious videos just for you. For today's video, I'll walk you through the updates on the abandoned Chicago Spire. So if you want to know more about this, make sure to watch this video until the end. But before going through the list, kindly show some support by subscribing to this channel and smashing that notification bell beside it to be updated whenever we post a new video. A dream that fell apart gave birth to the Chicago Spire Hole. It was once the forerunner of what would eventually grow to be the tallest structure in the Western Hemisphere. From 400 North Lakeshore Drive, a 2,000-foot tower was planned to rise, piercing the clouds and providing more than 150 floors of distinctive possibilities. The Fordham Company, founded by Christopher Carley, provided funding for Santiago Calatrava's design, a modern marvel with celestial amenities that never came to be. In order to prepare for deep excavation of nearly the whole site while the tower's caissons were drilled into the earth, construction on the project started in 2007 with the building of a foundation wall around the perimeter of the site. The building's core, which was roughly 75 feet wide, was then dug up to a depth of 78 feet in a huge circular hole in the middle of the property's northern half. A pair of additional entrance and exit ramps have been installed to the lower level of the Lakeshore Drive Viaduct, which spans the Chicago River and Ogden Slip, to the east of the construction site. When the 2008 foundation project was finished, the recession had already started and finance alternatives have swiftly run out. The property title was given to Related Midwest in accordance with a court agreement in which Kelleher tried to keep the project alive. By autumn 2009, the project was threatened by additional litigation and liens. Shelburne Development Sales Office, where extensive modeling of Chicago Spire units have been erected, was being sued for eviction by the owner of Chicago's NBC Tower. Shelburne was allegedly owing $316,000 in arrears on his lease, according to the lawsuit. In addition to the lawsuit for $4.92 million filed by Bank of America against Shelburne Development, there are other liens recorded on the property in US dollars. The case was an effort to recover the amount owed on two loans that were used to fund the initial construction of the Chicago Spire. When Ireland's National Asset Management Agency, or NAMA, put the Chicago Spire site up for sale in 2013, interest picked up again, generating at least 6 offers for the property. Shelburne was considering a bid to regain control of the property, reigniting hope that the skyscraper might actually be built, as per the involuntary bankruptcy ruling in October 2013. Shelburne had until the end of March 2014 to obtain approval of a reorganization plan under the involuntary bankruptcy ruling. Moreover, Shelburne requested court approval in February 2016 to accept an offer of up to $135 million from Atlas Apartment Holdings to support the project's exit from bankruptcy. With an August 31 deadline for having a court-approved restructuring plan in place. At a hearing on March 11, 2016, Shelburne said that it and the project's creditors, notably Related Midwest, who had taken on a large portion of the debt, had come to an agreement on a repayment plan. With the intention of constructing the same building that was originally planned before construction was halted, Atlas stated that the building would be built, that Atlas would control the project, and that Kelleher would still be the developer, assuming the project finds funding to satisfy that agreement. Before we continue, please make sure to like this video and leave a comment. However, on October 31, 2014, the developer failed to pay Related Midwest to the requisite amount, and Related Midwest then brought legal action to compel Shelburne to deliver the property's deed. Garrett Kelleher transferred ownership of the 400 North property on November 4, 2016. Drive to Related Midwest from Lake Shore. According to President Kurt Bailey, Related Midwest would not construct the Spire. In short, the dream then ran against a roadblock that was created by the passion, zeal, and dedication that had fueled it. The building's core had already been excavated with a 78-foot deep and 75-foot wide trench in 2007, but the global economic crisis in 2008 broke the financial support and put a stop to everything. Before the great edifice had risen even 1 inch above the ground, a crisis developed. Litigation followed and momentum was lost. The excavated pit was left unfinished, and it is still there today. Despite efforts to keep the dream alive, the 9-year-old project was finally ended in 2014 when Kelleher handed it over to Related Midwest. The Chicago Spire hole has been the subject of jokes, satirical ideas, and has been called a pockmark and a civic shame over the years. But as this year Related Midwest will begin building on the site's new project, the mocking landmark may finally be filled. That project is one of 2 sister towers that have elaborate metal details and terracotta embellishments that imitate waterfalls. Each tower will include extensive outdoor terraces that expand individual houses beyond their boundaries, according to Related Midwest's website. But moving forward to 2018, it saw the disclosure by Related Midwest of plans to erect 2 skyscrapers on the site of the demolished Chicago Spire, with assistance from the architectural firm Skidmore, Owings and Merrill, or SOM. As a result of Chicago Alderman Brenda Riley stopping the construction of the skyscrapers last year, David Childs of SOM was compelled to modify the original blueprints and present a new strategy. Riley objected to the inclusion of boutique hotel rooms altogether, citing the possible effects they might have on the community and security concerns. Following plan corrections, Childs and SOM suggested raising the heights of the 2 buildings. Instead, they will be fully residential structures with a combined total of 1,100 luxurious compartments. The South Tower was decreased by approximately 300 feet from 1,100 feet to a new height of 765 feet, and the North Tower gained a modest boost from 850 feet to 875 feet. The glass and aluminum-wrapped sister towers are currently in the construction phase thanks to the municipal approvals from last year. According to reports, the strategy is to work on each tower separately, beginning with the northern tower early this year and switching to the southern tower once the first one is finished. The fascinating new project's goal completion date is reportedly 2023, but given its tragic past, we'll have to wait and watch how development goes. So what are your thoughts about the abandoned Chicago Spire? Let me know your answers on the comments section below. Well, make sure to like this video and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell to be updated whenever we post new videos. If you want more videos like this one, you can always check out our other videos by visiting our channel. As always, this is the Luxe Luxury channel. Thank you for watching and see you on the next video.